everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are actually going to do a tour of my completed plaza. So those of you that have been on the channel for a while know I set a mission ages ago, probably at the beginning of this year, to fully, in fact it might have even been last year, I don't know, but the plan was to fully transform my valley into a fairy tale wonderland. That's what I wanted. I wanted to FAIRYCOREify my whole valley, and I made a start and then I tore it down, and I had a lot of regrets about tearing it down, I'm not gonna lie. But I have started to make progress, and I actually did this on a stream quite a while ago, where we redid my plaza. Now, there are a few changes I've done since then, just adding extra little bits of decor and stuff, especially with some of the new Storybook Veil items. I did use some of them, and I'm excited to show it off, so I hope you like the plaza. But yeah, why don't we go and take a look. I'm going to start off here on the right side. So if we come to the right, I do have my Scrooge store here. Now, one of the biggest issues that I had with this build was that I really wanted to FAIRYCOREify my valley, and I just find it so hard to take these very city core structures and buildings like Scrooge's store and Daisy's boutique and stuff like that, and just bring them into that FAIRYCORE kind of space. I just struggle. So I hope I've captured a bit of FAIRYCORE whimsy. There is an item that I am waiting on, just as a side note, because of all the butterflies that are currently floating around, and I will probably add them to this build too, when they come into the premium shop. I don't know if they'll have already been into the premium shop by the time this video gets posted. Yeah, scheduling. But that is something that I will eventually add as well. But we've got lots of like floral elements, loads of bushes. I used a lot of the Storybook Veil stuff, like these cypress trees and everything. I just think they're so gorgeous. We then also used the Corona fountain. I was trying to work in details that paired well together. So we do have quite a few of these windmills. That's what they're called, windmills. So I wanted to keep that very warm toned stone structure. So we do have, sorry for the bad camera angles, I hope that's not annoying anyone. We do have the Corona fountain, and I used the magnolia benches in front. Now, if I had a stone bench that matched exactly, I would have used them, but unfortunately the magnolia is kind of like the closest match that we have. So we do have this cute little fountain here. Now, for the most part, the dig spots are accessible. There is one dig spot I can't get to, and that is right by Tiana's restaurant. The rest I can all access. It's unfortunate. I wanted to move it. I probably could shift it, but yeah. And at the moment, what I'm doing is I'm using the back of Scrooge's and some of the other buildings to hide the wood spawning. So you'll find that I block off those areas just so that I can throw like the spawnables there where possible. It doesn't always work. As you can see, I do have a piece of wood over here. But yeah, I've tried to clear it up for the most part. I think I might put some foliage here. I'm not too sure. This bit's a bit blank. I need to fill it in. And then we've got some more foliage here, and then you can walk down into the meadow should you wish. But yeah, this is the back of Chez Remy. Again, just a lot of foliage. I felt like using foliage was the best way to kind of FAIRYCOREify the space. So we do have lots of clusters. I have tried to repeat most of the same foliage. I just figure that makes it feel more cohesive as a build. We then have this gorgeous fence, which I finally got. And I've just used this to section off some of the floral areas, just to make it feel, I don't know, just a bit more structure, which I didn't really want too much structure because I feel like FAIRYCORE stuff isn't very structured, but just with the buildings and some of the items we have, I just felt it worked a bit better. If we come around here to the right, we then have Chez Remy, and I did get feedback on the table and chair choices. We decided to go for the mushroom table because it had that very FAIRYCORE vibe, but then we had the wooden seats just so that they kind of tied in a bit more to the Remy vibe. So as you can see, kind of balancing this middle ground of like a city kind of build with FAIRYCORE has been a bit of a struggle. We've then got another seat over here, and then if we do come round, I have got this pond structure. We have a couple of ponds, which I'm so excited about. I think they look so good. And then I've just got a seat here, and I thought this would be a nice little spot because then you could imagine just like sitting out overlooking the meadow if the meadow was actually looking pretty, which it's not at the moment. It is just a dumping ground. But if the meadow looked pretty, I think that would be a lovely viewpoint. And then we do have the pond here. As I said, I did this with the river kit. We've just got a bunch of natural foliage in there, and I actually put the cocoa rugs underneath as well. I seen that in a dream snap. I'm not sure, was it Mike's? I saw it in someone's dream snap and I was like, okay, stealing that. This was my stone bridge that I made, and I'm so proud of how this turned out. I really wanted to do a bridge over the waterways, and I just wanted something that felt very stone and rustic, and just trying to create a bit of texture was really hard because obviously it's very hard to create these stone bridges or these bridge-like structures when they kind of sit flat. So yeah, but I think it turned out all right. Mixing the pathing up a bit I think helped. And we've got it running throughout, but the pond only stretches on the front side of the plaza. Now, if we take a left here, again, you can see there's another foliage bit. We've got some seating, and then we slowly approach Tiana's. Now, I actually used these giant clovers, which were part of a Bug's Life kind of furniture bundle. But they really, I don't know, something about them really reminds me of like lily pads. So I was like, this is kind of fun outside Tiana's. Like if you imagine them as like overgrown lily pads or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird for thinking that. And then we just have a little bit of seating here for her restaurant. And I did want to match in terms of color palette. So we do have that here as a matching palette. I thought I had 3 tables here. For some reason I don't. I've only got 2. Maybe I got rid of one. I don't know. Or maybe I didn't give a third. Who knows? As I said, in terms of Tiana's, I haven't put any candles on here. I should put some candles down. In terms of Tiana's, you cannot unfortunately get down this side, which is very frustrating. It's very frustrating. It's so close, but so far. As I said, I probably could scooch everything over a little bit. I would just have to redo this pathing. And then we've got a more rusticy cobblestone path, which leads up into the Forest of Valor here. We do have some of the mushrooms here, which I have spread in a couple of places in this biome. Again, just to try and bring in some more FAIRYCORE details. And using these Tinkerbell lights as well that you got in a bundle. We then have this stone wall sectioning off here, and this leads round to Daisy's boutique. Again, we've got the giant pond here with all the natural foliage. We've got the mushroom seat here as well. Not that I can sit on it now. The seat is coming up. Oh my gosh. There we go. Sit. There we go. And actually for this one, I shoved the giant bush in it. I just thought it looked cool, so I did that. And then we've got another magnolia bench here by the water. I did try to put some foliage along the edge there. I just wanted to stop things spawning in that space because I can't walk down there. So trying to block it off as much as possible. Then we walk past Daisy's. And again, we've got a little bit of space there if I need to hide anything. There appears to be a dig spot here. And then just the lance here leading into the meadow. So that there is my FAIRYCORE Plaza. You'll have to let me know what you think of this build. Did I nail the vibes? I hope I did. You'll also have to let me know if you have any other creative ideas of ways I can fairy coreify this a bit more, but blending in with some of these more city core structures. You will have to let me know in the comments down below. But I'm so happy with how this turned out. I'm so proud of it. I just think it's so beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I know that's probably very arrogant to say because it's my own build, but I just think it's beautiful. I think it's lovely. It's so pretty, and I'm so excited to get started on the rest of my valley as well and try to work into decorating those areas and stuff. And especially with fall coming up, with autumn coming on the horizon, I do suspect that we might get some really nice things to decorate the Sunlit Plateau and the Forgotten Lands with. So I'm very, very excited. I'm going to try and finish my beach before what I class as the end of summer, which is like 4 days away. August is the end of summer, or end of August. So this probably will be posted after the end of August. I don't know. So yeah, this might be posted a bit late and you might be going, what are you on about? But yeah, I don't know. Can I do it 4 days? I can probably do it. We'll give it a go. Because I'd just like to wrap up the more seasonal stuff. I think that would be nice to do. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the tour. I would love to hear what you think of the plaza. If you want to take any design inspo, please do so. Sort of why I showcase some of these builds is to inspire others. So hopefully it gives you some ideas. And I hope you enjoyed the tour. And don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more Disney Dreamlight Valley content. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.